Welcome to Edge of the Rabbit Hole. We have Ghost Magnet Michelle LeBaron with us again this evening. Going to be talking about all of her investigations and paranormal adventures over the past, maybe 10, 11 months since we've last seen her. So all that coming up here next. All right, well, welcome to Edge of the Rabbit Hole. I'm Mike Ricksecker, author and ghost story, and with me as always is Vanessa Hogel, my co-hostess, and our chat shenanigator, Shauna, down in the chat room. Got a great show up for you this evening. Michelle LeBaron is back with us. How you doing, Michelle? Good to see you again.
I'm doing awesome. How are you? Getting over, I'm actually sick, but I'm trying to get over that, but everything's good.
Yeah, you said take it easy on you tonight, so
yeah,
I guess we'll take it easy. But yeah, we last had you on here back in January, and we had a great show. And, everybody really enjoyed having you on. We had a great conversation, so we thought we'd have you back on, find out what you've been doing this past year. Now that it's toward the end of the year, so what's been up?
Oh gosh, I've been doing a lot of stuff since we spoke. Recently, I went to the Blair House and investigated, went to an event there, and I was with the REAP investigation team, Bill and Christian and Amy Green and the Southern Gypsies, Misty.
Southern Gypsies, yep.
Misty, Ashley, and Holly. It was a fucking blast.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
It was awesome.
They're a lot of fun.
It was awesome. But yeah, we did some investigating, and what was really cool about it is I like to learn a lot of new things, and I got to learn how to do spiritualist old school methods, like doing a seance, and that was just off the top. It was just amazing. And went and did a few lives at the Blair House, and I got some pretty cool stuff doing live.
Which room did you do the seance in? I've investigated there a few different times.
Right when you walk through the door, the room with the table.
Okay, so right there in the living room. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where we did the seance, and it was pretty amazing. It was cool. I mean,
now. Let me ask you something, and I don't know why I'm asking this because I haven't done a seance before. And I'm not really huge on trigger objects, but I feel like you should have used some in that. Did you use any trigger objects when you did this?
Actually, we had candles on the table. We actually mixed up the spiritualist old school with the new technology, which a friend of mine, Jeff Conkle, a really good friend of mine, made this paranormal tool. And what it was is it's a dome in the middle of the table with 10-foot leads. And each lead has a motion sensor, which has nothing. If something went around it this way, it wouldn't go off. But if it was above it, it'll go off. And Misty had one behind her, Ashley had one behind her, and Holly had one behind her. And as we were doing the seance, the light in the dome would come on for each color that something went behind them. So, it was really cool at one point, because if, like, say one bit went behind Misty while she was talking or doing whatever she was doing, and it turned green, the dome turned green. And then it turned red for Holly and blue for Ash. And the cool thing is if something goes around the whole table with all of the sensors, it turns into a pinkish purple color.
So was each sensor color specific?
Yes.
Has he mentioned whether or not there would be a way to manipulate the colors based on what type of energy it was? Something he might consider doing in the future?
Oh, he's got a lot up his sleeve right now on that. So plus a lot of other things. He gives me the tools that he makes, and I work with them and I test them out for him. So, and this one is pretty amazing. So I'll go do a live investigation one day, and I will incorporate that in it with it so you all can see what it does. But it's truly amazing.
I miss a lot, so make sure when you do that to tag me.
I will.
Give me a heads up, because
Okay.
with my hours, I miss so much.
Yeah, I will. I definitely will. But yeah, it's a pretty amazing tool. He calls it drama. I forgot what it means, but he made it. Him and Scott Grunwald actually put it together, and they gave it to me to test it out. I've got the prototype, and they're going to be doing a lot more to it, which they're trying to think about doing wireless instead of having leads.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of other things.
Did you notice a pattern?
No.
With it?
No. Well, actually, the only type of pattern I did recognize is when they were speaking and calling on to a spirit, then that would go on, like someone went behind them.
Okay.
But it won't go like red, green, purple, red, green. It does it if something's behind them. And I think it could be up to 10 feet tall. So something above. I can put my hand above it 10 feet tall and it'll light up.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of anything like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You there, Mike?
Yeah, I'll just let you guys go. Yeah, I'll let you do that sometimes.
Do this all night,
right.
So you can hop in.
You guys get in a conversation. I was checking out some of the things in chat, what's going on. So a lot of new Mad Hatters down there this evening. And so anybody that's new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. The quicker we get to 10,000 subscribers, the quicker we'll do a nice big giveaway for all of that. So yeah, so Michelle, Bel Air House, very, very cool location. That's a bit far east for you, since you're primarily in Nevada out west. So you've been trying to reach out a little bit more east these days.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to work with everybody and collaborate with everybody. I want to learn from everyone. And I mean, if someone wants me to go to work with me, I'm there. So I'll do whatever I can to get there. So, but yeah, I've become to love the East Coast.
Oh yeah.
The West Coast, there's a lot. I mean, there's still a lot of stuff to find and investigate, but gosh, the East Coast is so old.
Right.
It's older, and
that's why I want to move.
Yeah, the energy is just way different than the West Coast. Way different. And it helps me as well to be in tune with all those different types of energies too. And
let me ask you, because you just brought up something Mike and I have talked about in other shows, and I need to know, if I'm wrong or if you don't agree, that's fine. But we called it paranormal Chinese food. It is different.
It is.
Are different how they behave, how they interact, how they talk with you, how long it takes for them to open up to you. It is completely different, isn't it?
It is. It absolutely is. It's the energy. I mean, it's like I've never felt before, and I crave it, and I want more and more of it. So if I get a chance to go back there and investigate all these places in the East Coast, man, I'm there.
You need to go to Virginia.
You have some bucket list items in the East?
There's one place, what's it called? Wild something sanitarium in New York. What is that? Wild Wind? Or
No. Are you thinking of Willowbrook?
Willowbrook.
Okay.
Been there. Sanitarium. Yeah, I want to go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
Yeah, Trans-Allegheny is amazing. I've been there a couple times, and that place is off the charts. Probably one of the most haunted places that I've been to.
Yeah,
really.
I want to go badly. And then there's a place in West Virginia. Gosh, I don't know the name, but it's an old. I already been there.
You've been there? I loved it.
I didn't get to investigate it though, but I got to walk around and everything. But that place is massive. absolutely massive. There's a place. It's an abandoned amusement park. Lake Shawnee. Lake Shawnee. Is that what it is?
I think so.
Yeah. I would like to go there at night and wander around.
In all honesty, I mean, I've only been to West Virginia a little bit, but in Virginia, you can't throw a stone and not hit somebody who's dead standing there.
Really?
Seriously.
Wow, that's awesome.
They are everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
By the droves.
In Virginia, huh?
Yes.
Any places in Virginia that you...
Hollywood Cemetery.
Hollywood Cemetery.
One. Civil War Cemetery. Honestly, the majority of the activity that we got was at Sailor's Creek and at private residences. And this is broad daylight. Broad daylight.
Well,
you don't need dark in Virginia.
Yeah. I investigate day and night. I just want
I actually prefer the day.
Yeah. I just want the creepy factor of an old amusement park in the dark.
There you go. There you go.
That's all I care about.
Hey, we have a $5 super chat from Andrew Cox. Thank you very much, Andrew. Really do appreciate that. And we have a question from Tim Schoen. Has Michelle been to Rolling Hills Asylum in New York?
No, I have not. That's another one.
That's another one. Okay.
I'm writing these all down right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of great places, and that's just, those are some of the bigger places. There's all kinds of little places here and there everywhere along the East Coast. So, and it's like, and you're right. The West is different, and I haven't done a lot like out where you're at, just because I haven't traveled so much out West. Like I had some experiences just staying overnight, not for anything paranormal, but in Utah, Salt Lake City, at the Peary Hotel. So that's probably the furthest west that I've had a paranormal experience. I mean, I've been to California and all that, but never had anything happen there. Spent a few years in Oklahoma there with Vanessa and around there. And yeah, it's a different feel. It's not that it's like less haunted or anything like that. It's just different.
Yeah.
They're
different energies.
They're snobby. They don't talk to you as much.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's I don't know, on the East Coast, especially like up in New York, I ran into, especially on Staten Island, you had all kinds, where you had the ones who just wouldn't talk to you because they were afraid others would be mad. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then this is no joke. I swear I'm not making a joke, but you had the forget about it type of spirits too. I mean, it was like Goodfellas all up in that bitch. It was really, really, really bizarre. And in certain areas, in especially on Staten Island, it's almost like you stepped back in time.
Wow.
It is so bizarre. And I felt the same thing when I was overseas. Completely different than what we experience here, what I've experienced in Missouri and in Indiana, Chicago, so on and so forth. All of it's different.
Yeah.
That's literally regional.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to go to Scotland. That's like my number one bucket list. So, because
awesome.
my family is, my ancestors are from there. And I can just imagine the different energy there.
They're very polite.
Here's an idea. Because Scotland's a long trip, and that's a bucket list item that Shauna and I have along with Ireland. But there are some Scottish places around the country, around the United States, that you can visit that'll have that, similar vibe. And one that I'm thinking off the top of my head, Belmont Manor in Maryland, still a ways away from you, Michelle, but a little easier to get to than Scotland. And that was the Bruce family. You think back to Robert the Bruce. The Scottish Wars of
I'm
Independence,
related
Braveheart,
to
all
Robert
that.
the Bruce.
Are you? Well, then you have to go, because that would be in the family.
Yeah.
I mean, you walk into the billiard room and the rug is a Scottish tartan of the Bruce clan. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, he's in our genealogy and our family tree. And
very cool.
Yeah, my mom said that we were related to Robert the Bruce, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Then you got to get to Belmont Manor in Maryland. Yeah.
Belmont Manor?
Belmont Manor. Yep. It's in
If you're able
Elkridge.
to go there, let me know and I'll meet you.
Okay. Sounds awesome. I will.
Because that's not, I mean, it's far away, but it's still doable.
Yeah.
You know? It's still doable.
Yeah, there's some distance, but it's a little easier than Scotland.
Yeah. I still want to go, even though I'm scared to death to fly. You know, I do it.
Don't be scared to fly overseas. It's the best flight you'll ever have.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
The seats are bigger. They have great movies, and the food is yum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like food.
Yeah. It's like 5-star quality food when you're leaving the U.S.
Wow.
It's 2-star quality food when you're coming back. So
leftovers.
You go from this amazing 5-star covered dish meal to sandwiches. So, but no, Scotland's absolutely fantastic. Edinburgh is
And
I want to go Greyfriars Kirkyard so bad.
Been there.
I know you have. Rub it in.
I want to go to Aberdeen and I want to go to Edinburgh. So those are my two.
Yeah.
So we have a $10 super chat from Tom McNicholas. Thank you very much, Tom. Tom says Michelle rocks. Sharon Lane suggests going to Scotland in September. And Scotland in September. And Betty Lange was wondering if you've been to Mineral Springs here in Illinois. It's in Alton, Illinois. Okay.
Gosh, I got to get a bigger piece of paper. All right.
Mineral Springs is crazy.
Oh, yeah. That's a fantastic place.
Mineral Springs?
Mineral Springs is crazy. That's a guarantee. If you go there, I can meet you there. As can Mike.
Okay.
I'm right down the road. Yeah. Like 45 minutes away. You're like, what, 8 hours or something?
I'm 8 hours.
Yeah.
No big deal. I can drive that in the morning.
Hell yeah.
That's easy. Mineral Springs is nuts.
Let's set that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an easy weekend trip for me.
Okay.
Very easy. Mike, can I sleep on your floor?
Yeah. No, you got a couch. You don't have to sleep on the floor.
There you go.
A nice big couch for you. All right. So
what do you have coming up?
Let's see. In March, well, I'm doing a lot of things, like little things here and there, local, and just doing my thing that I always do. I'll find things to do, but in March, I'm hopefully keeping my fingers crossed that I could go to Louisiana, New Orleans, March 2nd through the 6th, and hopefully investigating Addie and Zach's apartment in New Orleans, and of course doing the Mardi Gras. And let's see what else. April, I'll be doing, I can't really talk about it yet until it's out in the open, but I'll be in Nebraska in April. And then June, I'm supposed to be doing a Paracon in Eureka, Nevada, with the REAP investigation team and Eureka Paranormal. And what they'll be doing is a kids camp. It's a week long, and I was asked, and Scott Grumwald was asked, and a few others to mentor young adults that have gifts. And, I mean, we were all awkward when we were growing up and thought we were freaks because of the things we did and heard. Well, we're going to let them embrace their gifts and teach them. And then on that weekend, we'll be doing the Paracon, and I'll be speaking. And I'm thinking in November, I'll be in Indiana, 2019, for an event for Lost Limbs Foundation, which I adore, and I love doing events that is for charity and will help out historical, buildings. I'm not too much into the paracons where people are pocketing the money. I like doing it for charity.
Yeah, absolutely.
For that, that's my main thing. So that's what I like doing.
Yeah, and that's what we do at the Haunted Road Media Paracon is that money's going to help Mineral Springs Hotel. So
yes, that's amazing. I love that. I absolutely.
We had a huge turnout.
It was a good time. It was definitely a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, for our first one, Michelle, it was insane.
Yeah. Hey,
when's your next one?
June 1st. June 1st. So you're invited. Come on out.
Okay, I'll see what I got.
So all right, Chuck Banks is down in the chat room talking about investigating his basement and eating cookies. So that's just a swing up to Iowa.
Yeah. I mean, talk to a creepy, eat a cookie.
That's right.
That's what we do.
Yeah, he's got that creeper down there. So.
Mm-hmm.
I like eating Chinese food and investigating, because then I'll burp in the dark, and then people are like, "Oh my God, what is that smell?"
It's a demon.
Well, Shauna has the demon stomach. We always make the mistake of going and eating Mexican before an investigation, and her stomach is like. I mean, even this last time we just had barbecue during the investigation. If you watch the live, it's like that's Shauna's stomach. Shauna's stomach. We're tagging it all the time.
That's hilarious.
Well, I was at Preston Castle with a friend of mine, and there was an event, and there was, a few people from Ghost Hunters, the show Ghost Hunters there. And, oh God, I ate prior to the investigation a huge freaking steak with tons of garlic. I mean, I told them, pile that shit on there. And so my friend and I are walking down the stairs in the castle, and this person that a lot of people know, I'm not going to mention their name, but I burped and I blew it, but they didn't hear me burp. And my friend's like, "Oh my God." And then the guy that's on Ghost Hunters was right behind me, and he goes, "Do you smell garlic?" Oh my God, it was so freaking hilarious.
That is so wrong. Oh my God.
That's terrible.
I did it.
Yeah. For the kiddos watching, just try granola bars and peanuts when you're investigating, okay? Let's save the environment and get our energy, okay?
What if you're allergic to the peanut? Can people be allergic to the peanut smell? I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
No. But you know what? You tell people you got peanuts, which means you might have peanut dust on everything. They leave you shit alone.
There you go. Michelle, Sean Smith asks, what's the scariest place you have investigated?
Oh, dear Lord. Scariest. It's the Washoe Club, hands down, in Virginia City.
Didn't you say you saw a shadow person there?
Oh yeah, I caught him on film. I have a photo of him.
Yeah, because I remember Wyatt talked to you a little bit more about that.
Yeah. He was. I felt something. It was just me and two other girls alone in there, and I felt something to the left of me, and I just snap, 3 consecutive photos, and in these photos, you can see this black mass up on the top of the corner of the wall, and then you see it coming down, and then it just forms this huge mass. And the thing is I mean, you could tell it's a human. Mm-hmm. And the thing is he was so huge. He was taller than the raft, the doorway. You could see his hat. You know, just like what all shadow men look like. You know, the black mask with the hat.
So this happened to be the Hat Man. Yeah.
Yeah. It was. He's pretty creepy. I've had some pretty scary moments with that, and he's still there, and he keeps the other spirits at bay. He keeps them under his control. He's not very nice. But yeah, I've seen him in front of me, not with a camera in front of me, and he was pulsating.
Pulsating.
Yeah, and you could hear him pulsate. You could hear the whoo, whoo, whoo,
Interesting.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it scared the living shit out of me. I've never been so scared my whole life. That frightened me. So
yeah, that's really interesting.
I still went back.
Well, yeah, you gotta go back. No, it fascinates me because I've seen so many shadow people over my years, and a lot of different kinds, and the Hat Man is still the one I have not seen. But that's why I always enjoy hearing about different experiences that other people like you have had, since I've yet to experience him. And that one is definitely probably one of the more significant ones that I've heard, just how he kind of like grew and rose up, the pulsating part and all that. Yeah.
He's massive. He's at least 7 foot tall. He's huge. And he's just, and he grows, because when I saw him, he like grew and wider and wider, and just just pulsating. And it was, I can never get that out of my head. I mean, it's implanted in there for the rest of my life. That's how much it scared me.
Yeah.
And but that's the most scariest place I've ever been. And I've been to a lot of, crazy active places, but that one always has always been the one that scares me the most.
Let's mix it up real quick, because we always talk about the scary stuff. I know, right? We always talk about the scary stuff. I want to ask you something completely different. I want to know one of two things, whichever one is easier for you to answer. Okay, because I know it's a hard question. What is the most comforting / enjoyable, informative paranormal experience you've ever had? And or what is the one experience that stands out in your mind where you were able to do the most good?
Oh dear.
You stumped her.
I'm thinking, yeah, because I've investigated so many times. The pressure.
I told you it was going to be a tough question, because no one ever thinks about the good stuff, and I'm trying.
Yeah, it's always bad.
Exactly, and I kind of want to bring that light, that good to it, to show that it's more than just what bumps in the night. What good are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we
spooky.
doing?
Don Francisco had a similar question. She tried to change it up a little bit. She says, "What's the funniest thing a spirit said to you through an EVP?" So,
and I'm not even looking on my phone. I couldn't even see that.
Yeah.
See, me and Dawn. Like
there you go. There you go.
Geez, I'm really stumped.
So nothing good, nothing funny. It's just all dark and evil.
Not all dark and evil. I mean, sometimes you get, actually I did have a good investigation, and this was at the Mackey Mansion. And a lot of people don't like the ITC applications and all that, but we were trying out a new application. And it was with my friend Lisa Ludwig, Amanda, and her husband Mark, and we were in the children's room. And Lisa was singing Ring Around the Rosie, and 2 children came through, and they started to sing Ring Around the Rosie with her. Now, the thing is if you go on my Facebook page, you will see that video. It's outstanding. It's amazing. These children live there. We had the lady that runs the tours there ask if she could come with us. And she was absolutely blown away, because they said the children's names, who they were. And she knew who those children were. And to hear them laugh at us and play with us and wanting to play. I mean, if you watch this video, it'll give you chills. That right there was my favorite. Now I see it has to come to me. But yeah, and they don't want to go. They are happy where they're at. So and they
It's
live
just
there.
we focus so much on the dark. Isn't it nice to remember those moments too?
Yeah. And the cool thing is too is I was with a group called After. Oh gosh, I forgot their name. I'm in trouble. Something Afterlife Exploration from Utah. They invited me to go to Mackey Mansion, and this is prior to us doing the video and capturing those children singing to us and laughing and talking to us full sentences. These children, it'll blow you away. It'll absolutely blow you away. And but I was with them and we were downstairs and we could hear children laughing and you could hear them running down the hall above us. And yeah, so that was, you know, my favorite time, to hear the children and you know, to know that they were happy and they were playing. Nothing sad. So
nice.
That's wonderful.
yeah.
I mean, I'm all for the spook. I'm all for the scary stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody likes a good, ooh, that made me shiver kind of thing. But every now and then we need to be reminded of why we really do this.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be to seek out the dark. It needs to be to share the light.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
I mean, we're looking to connect with people is what we're doing. We're looking to connect with people.
Yeah.
And those people just happen to be, you know, on a different plane of existence, so to speak.
Yep.
They just don't got the meat sack no more.
Well, yeah. They lost that. So, let's see, Michelle. Chanel F says, I love your shirt, Michelle. So, it's pretty cool. The Ouija board shirt. Yeah. Paranormal Matt says, Michelle, feel free to discuss Minor Cabin.
Oh gosh. Okay. This is crazy. I have a friend, my friend Matt. We went to the Miners Cabin in Virginia City, Nevada. And we went outside, and my friend Matt, who is very, very sensitive and very, very open, didn't close himself. And this is like a long story. So he was affected by something. He was feeling sad. He was feeling energies. And we went into okay, let me explain this. This is like a huge thing. Okay. Before we went to the Miners Cabin, I remember going to the Miners Cabin a couple years before this trip that I'm going to be talking about. What happened is I was with some friends and I felt this female spirit, very nasty, very negative woman. And I said I wanted to quit. I want to go home. So I drove home and I was laying on my couch and I fell asleep and I opened my eyes and there was a haggard old lady in like a blue, like satin blue pajamas. And she was on her tippy toes at the end of my couch, hovering on top of me. And you could see her hair moving around. And I'm like, go away, like that. And I put my hands back open and she was gone. And I have another friend of mine that said she dreamt of me. And I never told her about this story, about the hag that hovered over me. And she said that I had a dream, Michelle, that I was in an elevator chute and it stopped and this opening opened and this hag looked at me and said, do not trust Michelle. And she's like, okay, well, I think she's a witch, a hag, a witch, because of my, well, because of my lineage and the witches I have in my family.
You say witch like it's a bad thing.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
But I think she was threatened because she knew of my lineage and she knew who I was. And I'm not like some big ass bad bitch or anything or witch, you know, but that's just in my blood. It's in my blood. And so she stays there. She stays in a mine shaft over in Gold Hill. And I was talking to Matt about it. and we went outside, and we walked over to this metal shed, and we were asking if she was there with us. And he put his voice recorder inside this hole above. He's like 6'3". He's tall. I couldn't reach up there. But he put his voice recorder. He goes, "Are you in here? Are you here with us?" And he played it back, and you heard this old lady's voice go, "Oh no," like that. And we're like, "Oh shit," you know. And then Matt's like, "If you're here, show us a sign." And that whole, there was no wind, mind you. That whole shed, that metal shed, shook. And he's like, "Oh, hell no," like that. And I'm like, "What the hell?" And I was laughing awkwardly because I was like kind of nervous about what just happened. And so I said, "We need to go inside." And we said, "You stay out here." So what's weird about this is I went inside because I was mentoring a younger group, a newer group, paranormal group. I was teaching them the ropes, you know, the ins and outs of paranormal investigating, of what I knew, and I wanted to share with them. And we were sitting down on the floor, and my friend John had a K2 meter hanging off the side of the couch. And I'm sitting there, and you can watch the DVR. Something like smacked it. I mean, that thing flew out of his hand. And I'm like, "Oh shit." And we're like, "We got to go see this. We got to go look at the DVR and check this out." So we went over there, and Matt came inside, and he walks in to the living area of the miner's cabin. And I'm hovering around the DVR with all my friends, and we're watching this video, and I look up, and he's got this blank stare, this absolute blank stare. And he's staring at me, and he's quiet. And I'm like, "What's going on, Matt?" And he didn't speak. And I'm like, "Matt, what's going on?" And he goes, "She's here." And I'm like, "What?" And I go, "No, she's not, Matt. She's outside." He goes, "No, she's here." And she was inside of him. And I looked at them, and I looked at Matt, and I said, "This is not going to be good." And I said, "You guys stay back, okay?" And I don't know what it is about me, but I can pull energies from people. I can pull negative energy out of people. People like my hugs because it heals them. Everyone says they always love my Mish hug, and now I know why. I went over to Matt, and I said, "Put your arms around me, Matt." And he put his arms around me, and the DVR is catching this. You can see not dust, but these weird anomalies circling around us. And as I'm embracing this guy, he's 6'3", 230, something like that, just very big guy. And I'm 5'6", you know? So I've got my arms around him, and I'm asking this thing that's inside to come out of him and go through me. And this is really emotional for me. So as I was doing that, and I was telling it to go and to get out, I could feel it in between him and I could feel it pushing into my chest. And I'm looking at John, and I'm like, "Open the door." He's like, "What?" And I'm, "Open the fucking door now," like that. That's not me. You know, I'm a happy-go-lucky, woohoo kind of person. And so as it was coming through my back, John had a recorder sitting on the bed next to the doorway. I said, "Open the fucking door now." And as it did, I could feel it going out of me, and I'm like, "Get out," like that. And he had the door open, and we felt something go, and then Matt collapsed, and I grabbed him, and he fell to the floor. He doesn't remember any of this. And he was out cold. And we finally got him situated. They shut the door after I told them to shut the door after all this happened. And we played the recorder back, and we could hear the whole thing. And when I said, to open the fucking door and get out now. We heard a whoosh like that on the recorder, and you heard the door shut.
Oh, wow.
So that was crazy. Matt, he finally came through, but he didn't remember any of it. He was exhausted. He was attached. It was like a movie. It was absolutely insane. It was so, just unreal. And
Matt sounds like my people.
Yeah, he is. He's an amazing guy. I love him. He's my brother. And so we watched the video. You could see things circling around us, and hopefully one day we'll be able to share this video. It's absolutely emotional.
That sounds wild. Yeah.
It's insane. I went outside and I put a barrier around the house. I salted the house. I put barriers around saying you can't come in here, all that kind of stuff. And as everything started to calm down and everything, we were sitting there, but we could hear this woman. We could hear her like she was circling the miner's cabin going,
wow.
Like she was upset that she couldn't get in. And it got quieter and quieter and quieter as she was circling around this house. And so at the end of the night, I left. I went home, and the young group, my friends, were there. They said they heard things crawling on the metal roof of the miner's cabin, like someone trying to get in on top of this cabin all night long. And but yeah, that was a pretty crazy thing.
I have a strange question for you based on that. As soon as you mentioned the miner's cabin, where it's Matt, right? Said, hey, Joe, you can mention the miner's cabin. As soon as y'all mentioned it, and I could be totally off on this, but was there a big smell of urine? All I could smell was urine, like somebody had completely pissed all over everything, like marked their territory. That sounds really bizarre.
I mean, outside, there's a lot of wild animals and stuff.
No, it was really, really, really strong. Like, pee.
Possibly. I mean, something could have done that. But, I mean, at that time, I wasn't focused on smelling pee.
I know, right? I told you it was going to be weird. But
it could have smelled like someone took a big old groaner and I wouldn't have known. Someone would have farted, I probably wouldn't have known. We were just like, whoa.
But it was
everything else was just too intense at the moment.
It was so intense. Yeah. It was. I can't wait till we're able to share that with everybody. It'll blow people away. It'll blow people.
I'll be looking forward to watching it.
Yeah. The reason I brought it up, Michelle, just real quick, is because you're a mother, right? You're a mother. I'm a mother. You know what pee smells like when you're pregnant.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
So it's pregnant pee.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
How gross to bring that up, but I'm just saying I just had to get that out there. Okay. Let's move on.
Okay. Yeah. I think next time I'm going to go, I'm going to see if it smells like pregnant pee. Before I investigate.
Only here on Edge of the Rabbit Hole. Pregnant pee. We went there.
Do not make that into a t-shirt.
I will. I smell pregnant pee. Boom.
It just makes me wonder if maybe that's her problem. Is it maybe she was around there, lost a child due to, whatever, because it's strong.
It could possibly have been that. I mean, God knows. I mean,
she's not angry for no reason.
No, she's angry. She's very, very angry.
Yes. And with reason.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, Greg Rankin says he would wear that shirt.
I smell pregnancy.
Wow.
I can see it now. Gotta have a picture of Miner's Cabin on there.
Hey, we got the witchy shit shirt. We've got the coffee shirt, So pregnant P. Let's do it.
I told you we need one that says I'm here for the tacos.
Yeah, or I think last week was nachos. We had that one too. Yep.
Yeah.
So, question here. Switching up the topic here because we got about 15 minutes left in the show. This is from Murtaza Arif. Question is, do you think the misty fog that surrounds ghosts is the soul of the dead person? I have seen one here in the UK, and personally, I think ghosts are energies powered by their memories. What do you think, Michelle?
The mist, huh? I think it maybe is the soul of a spirit with its energy, and the mist follows that energy, possibly.
Yeah, I don't always see a mist. I mean, I've seen only a few pieces of like apparitions. I usually see shadows. So,
yeah, I've never seen it either. I mean, the only thing I've seen mist in like a cemetery. And
just a mist itself, but not like around a apparition or what have you. Yeah.
Well, actually, I have.
Okay.
I was in a cemetery in my hometown, and I had my niece with me. And there was some mist, and I'm like, well, that's kind of odd because it was only in one area, kind of like a fog machine sort of thing, but just in one area. And I was with my niece and her aunt, and we were just, taking pictures, hanging around, just bored one night. And I was looking at my niece, and I looked, and I was like, wow, that's pretty neat. And I'm telling my friend, take some pictures. That's really cool. But her camera wouldn't work. And I looked up, and there was like a black Acme. You know how those black Acme holes on Looney Tunes?
Yeah.
That, you throw.
Just throw it out there and you fold it right down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this big black Acme looking hole, like a perfectly round black spot right there. And there was some mist. And the weird thing is I'm like, take a picture, because it was freaky. I was like, what the hell is that? I've never seen anything like that. Well, something started to come out of it, and it was a black mass. And I'm like, take a picture. And my friend's like, I can't get it to work. And then it just disappeared. And so I can't explain why, but I have seen that. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Interesting. Here's a question from Sharon Lane. Do you believe spirits are weary of being questioned by investigators at well-known locations?
I don't think they're weird. Well, I think they're sick of it. Yeah,
well, that's kind of the...
Yeah, I think so. And that's why maybe you should possibly change it up a little bit, like maybe have a full-on conversation, have a talk with them, not saying, hi, what's your name? Can you tell me how you died? That kind of stuff. They're sick of that crap. Have a convo. Talk to them.
Yeah, they're people.
I mean, they're probably sick of it. Okay, hi.
Well, the thing is, and this is what I get. I see a lot of teams do what I'm getting ready to say I don't like, and very few that do what I'm getting ready to say I like. What I don't like is what you just said. Hi, how'd you die?
Oh, Shauna and I are totally against that question.
Exactly. That drives me absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
What I do want people to do, and I'm not the end all be all of paranormal investigating, but what I think people should do is not just ask questions, but listen for the answers in their head so that they know what to ask the next question. Maybe
exactly, yeah.
To communicate with you. Don't wait for just the EVP recorder to give you something. What are you hearing? What are you smelling? What are you feeling? What use all of your senses, not just your ears. You know? And I just wish more people would do that because they would get a fuck ton more information if they would.
Yep.
It just drives me insane.
That's why I like taking friends that are very sensitive and, they they hear things, and then they don't say anything, and it's like, speak up, let me know what you say. And we're like, well, I'm afraid that someone's going to think I'm crazy. Fuck that shit. Say it.
We're well beyond that.
Say it. Yeah.
We already know
Say
we're
it.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a secret no more.
Say it. It doesn't matter if if you're hearing something in your head or feeling something, let it out by all means, because it could be what we really need to hear, you know?
I can't tell you how many times I've been on an investigation where I'm having the conversation in my head with the spirit and they're joking with me and I'm laughing out loud at the joke they're telling me.
Yeah.
Or at what they're showing me. It happens during tarot readings too. I will sit here and laugh my ass off and have to explain it to the person I'm doing the reading for over the phone.
Yeah. That's cool.
It's fun. It's the fun side of it, you know?
Gotta have fun.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you have to enjoy what you're doing, you know?
Yeah.
So
I'll have fun, but I get serious when it comes down where I need to be serious.
Yeah.
So,
there's a difference between having fun, enjoying what you're doing, and just goofing off, you know? So,
yeah. Yep.
True story.
You're right.
So I have a question here from Michael Adams. Says, I was recently told that Spirit doesn't use the mic part of a recorder for EVP. They use their energy to go directly into the machine, that you can get a EVP underwater, etc. What do you think, Michelle? I know I have some opinions on that, but you're the guest.
Wow. I don't know. That underwater thing, that's pretty weird, because I was talking about that the other day, an underwater EVP session to see. I think the energies, they can manipulate and speak that way. I don't know. I'm not an expert. At all, but
yeah, but you've been investigating a lot, so.
Yeah, that's something to think about, though. You know, who knows unless you try that. I don't know. I'm stumped.
Well, I'll just throw these couple things out there. We have our friend Lee Ehrlich, who he's been known as, paranormal diver. One of his teams is paranormal divers, and he'll go down to deep sea wrecks, and he'll experience paranormal activity down there. So, and he actually taught us a method for capturing EVP over running water, like at one of the fountains at Mineral Springs Hotel. And you can just kind of stand back a little bit, and between the lup, 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 lup of the water, you're hearing voices like audibly with your ears. It's amazing. Yeah, it's like not, you wouldn't even call it EVP. It's disembodied voices is what you're getting, which is amazing. As far
that sounds interesting. I should try that.
Yeah, you should. It's really interesting. Watch our Voices of Mineral Springs video. Okay. Or we just released a new video here a few weeks back that was kind of like a compilation of all of our adventures at Mineral Springs, and it has it in there. As far as
interesting.
Yeah. As far as the
I gotta write that down.
Spirit not using the microphone and using their energy to directly into the machine. I always question people who just say, okay, you'll use your energy to manipulate, blah, 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 because I have no idea how a spirit would do that, for one. I know that if I suddenly passed away, I would have no idea how to just get into a machine and start messing around with it. So
I hear a lot of disembodied voices more than EVPs. Yeah. So it's.
Yeah, we did a whole Inside the Upside Down episode a few weeks back on a lot of the different devices. So and our opinions on that. So
I'd like to watch that.
Yeah. Yeah, we have we get pretty opinionated in that one. So
it's good. Everyone has their own opinions.
Oh, yeah. Tammy Heisman was wondering if you have a YouTube channel.
I do, but I only have like 3 things on there right now.
Okay. Well, is this video that you were talking about earlier, is that going to go up on your YouTube channels or going somewhere else?
I have a lot of my videos on my Paranormal Facebook page.
Okay.
I do have a YouTube channel, and it's got some pretty cool stuff. The videos that I have posted that aren't on my paranormal Facebook page, but it's I think all you got to do is look up Michelle LeBaron and then look up Ghost Magnet, and it should. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to share it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been so long. I'm eventually gonna start, using my YouTube this year and start live streaming through it and investigate that way. I've just been really busy, and I guess that's no excuse. Never mind.
No,
we all get busy. We all get busy.
Yes, I gotta get on it. I'm planning on it, but it's Michelle LeBaron Ghost Magnet, I believe.
Okay, I'm sure if we look it up, we can find it.
Yeah, and if you can't, you can go onto my Michelle LeBaron / paranormal investigator, and I'll share the link on there.
Okay.
See, I think I need a cool nickname, Michelle. I mean, Angry Heathen just doesn't have the same roll of the tongue.
That's amazing.
Isn't
I
your
love
blog?
that.
Isn't your blog Hot Tamale Red?
Yeah, but I don't want to call myself hot. You
You are hot.
No.
Yes, you are. You're beautiful.
That was the color I used to color my hair.
Oh,
was Hot
that was
Tamale
it.
Red.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was where that came from. But yeah, I just Angry Heathen.
Angry Heathen.
Angry Heathen.
Nice.
It's kind of.
I love it.
That's awesome.
I absolutely adore you. You don't take shit from anyone.
No, she doesn't.
No,
It's amazing. It's a breath of fresh air for me because
I'm just like, fuck it, y'all. We're all just trying to do the best we can, getting through every fucking day. And you know what?
yeah,
It's like I put out there today. Did you wake up this morning? Do you still have a house? Or are your loved ones and pets alive and present?
Mhm.
If you can answer yes to any one of those questions, be thankful.
Yep, you're right.
Because not everybody else can say yes to even one of those questions right now, especially people out by you, with all the fires going on.
Yeah,
It's
sad.
just not a time to be that way. Let's all just be proud of ourselves, what we accomplish, and happy with what we're doing in our own skin.
Yep.
All
There's
you
a
can
lot
do.
of.
Hey, Michelle,
Oh,
we have a question from Sean Gilmore. Sean's our guest next week. And he says,
Hi, Sean.
yeah. Sean asks, he says, I saw on Facebook that you had a live psychic party. Will you be doing that again?
Oh, yes, we will. I'm not sure yet, but I will let you all know.
That's cool.
Very cool. Very cool. What was it? Live psychic party. What was going on?
Well, the first one was Power of Three, where I did the investigating part, and my friends Rebecca and Lisa did car readings for everyone for free. It was just a live thing, and then we did what we love to do, to share with everybody. And then the second one it was the Power of Four, and it was me, Trisha Turner, Rebecca Genesis, and Lisa Ludwig. And Lisa does the angel oracle cards sort of thing, and Trisha does astrology, tarot, and Rebecca does channeling, and I do the investigating. I take them into my barn that Vanessa loves so much.
Oh, that is one place I'm not going.
Say no to Michelle's barn, huh?
I am saying a big no to Michelle's barn.
What's going on in the barn?
It's bad.
The back left-hand corner of her barn is fucked.
Yeah. There's a cement slab there.
Gee, I wonder why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something under the slab?
There's a very real possibility.
Yeah.
It's just, barns have a creepy vibe anyway, but her barn, when she was going out there to do an investigation, it was almost how she was explaining that pulsating dude. Her barn to me has the same type of feel.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It does.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. We had a pretty crazy experience last time we went in there. So,
I mean, there's dark and then there's void.
Okay.
There's a big difference. Okay.
Yes.
That barn is void in that very back left part. And that was just through video. So
yeah, it's
Interesting.
creepy. Very creepy. I've lived here for 13 years and I've only gone in that barn 3 times
Oh, wow.
since I've been.
blame you.
You just don't want anything to do with it, huh?
I don't want to be there. I won't go in alone.
Okay.
I mean, I will if I have people on Facebook watching with me because then I feel like I'm not alone. But there's a creep factor big time, and something very bad is in there.
Well, I mean, there's some safety to going live on Facebook and having other people watch, because then if if somebody gets you while you're in there, they can all look at that and say, "Hey, somebody got Michelle."
Yeah, we saw her.
Michelle, honey,
We saw her get gotten.
I would call the cops for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See?
There you go.
Michelle was attacked by a demon. It was awesome. No,
It would go viral. It would go viral.
it would. Oh, look. Michelle died.
Did we get that on tape?
Yes, you did. It's live. That's why I like doing live investigations, because there's no editing. There's no faking anything. It's live. It's fucking raw. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to do that as much as we can. There's a lot of places we go that you just don't have a signal, but when we do have one, we try to go live. Yeah.
Yeah, and it brings everybody else in, like an interactive sort of investigation where they get to join in with you, and I absolutely love it. I love it.
Yeah, they become a part of the investigation.
Yes.
Yep.
And they ask questions for me, or they'll hear things that I don't hear, or they'll see things that I don't hear, and I can go back and say, "Holy shit, you're right."
Yeah, and B3 Airspace says Michelle burps live, so you get that too.
True story.
Yes.
Yeah.
True story.
I do.
All right. Well, we are at the end of our hour, so really do appreciate you coming back, Michelle. We'll get to shout outs here in just a minute. Where can people find you?
On Facebook, you can find me, Michelle LeBaron, LeBaron, / paranormal investigator. That's my paranormal page. Plus, I have a regular page, and it's open. I mean, I'm going to start closing some stuff because some guy sent me a really disgusting thing the other day. I mean, isn't that just gross?
Yes.
I let him have it. And I have a feeling I know who those people are. So so I turned it around on him. And he didn't even know how to spell bulbous. I mean,
that is a word that should never be in a sentence sent to a stranger.
No.
Yes.
There is no sentence where that is appropriate.
Yeah.
Sent to a stranger.
Pretty nasty. But you know what? I'm like, whatever. So I shot back at him and said, "That wasn't me. That was your mother's ass, not mine." So
Really?
I don't care. I've learned to not give a crap anymore. I mean, I'm still the good-hearted, loving person that I am, but I'm not going to take shit off anybody. Whether it's drama or anything, they don't pay my bills. It's my life. I'm a freaking adult, and I'm not going to play games, plain and simple.
I wish somebody would pay my bills.
Yeah, well, I could help you when I win the lottery.
Yeah.
We say that all the time. Yeah, I help all these people out whenever I win the lottery. We never win. So.
If I win the lottery, I'll hit you up.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, let's get to our shout outs, and then we'll say goodbye to Michelle and get on to Inside the Upside Down. So our Super Chat Superstars for the evening. We have Tom McNicholas and Andrew Cox. Thank you both very much for being Super Chat Superstars. All right, so our shout-outs for this evening. Of course, Shauna, thank you for shenanigating the chat. And Donna Gorton, thank you for being our Cheshire Cat down there tonight. We have Charms Paranormal down there. Spooky Dawn is down there as well. B3 Airspace, one of our Deep Down the Rabbit Hole Patreon patrons. And those are Tom McNicholas, B3 Airspace, Zippy Davis, BD Flint, Pamela Queen, Andrew Cox, and Joe Chandler. Thank you all very much. And so our Patreon patrons, we have quite a few. Those are the ones that are out in the top tier. You can check us out, patreon.com/HauntedRoadMedia. We put a bunch of extra stuff out there for you guys that are a part of that. So we have Paranormal Matt. Thanks for joining us this evening, Matt. And thanks for
Thanks, Matt.
getting Michelle to tell us about the cabin story. That was pretty awesome. Tim,
Pregnant P.
Yeah, pregnant P. Pregnant P.
Pregnant P.
Tim Schoen, thanks for joining us again tonight. And there's Denise Prodmore down there. Thank you very much, Denise. And Candy Orton, thank you as well. Melissa Nicholson, thanks for joining us again. X-Group Home Kid, hey, good to see you tonight. There's BPG 5012 Trick. Thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate that. There's Vice Miami. Very cool to see you down there. Good to see a lot of new faces in the house. And if you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe, all those that haven't yet. Katie Palmer, thanks for joining us again tonight. There's Tracy Christian. Thank you as well. Sean Oldsmith, thanks for joining us from Australia. Michael C. Adams, thanks for the question tonight. And there's Andrew Cox. Good to see you, Andrew. Sharon Lane, thank you for the questions again. And there's the Haglin. Thank you, too. Bonnie Halperin, our other Cheshire cat, is in the house tonight. Thanks, Bonnie. Good to see you.
Bonnie.
Hope you're doing all right. Who else do we have in here? Paranormal World Investigators. Thanks for joining us this evening. Chanel F., who likes Michelle's shirt. Very cool. Good to see you. Who else do we have in here? A lot of people in the chat this evening. We really appreciate all of you being out there. EQ is down there. Thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and scroll back down. Oh, yeah. Chuck Banks was in the house this evening. So was Sean Gilmore, of course. So, all right. Let me scroll back down. If you want to shout out, throw it in here at the last moment. Nichelle Thompson. Good to see you down there. Our Haunted Road Media Fairy Queen, Diane Hilbert. She's in the house. Michael Allen Phillips was with us as well. And, hey, there's Grizz. Good to see you, Grizz. Dustin Samario down there as well. Greg Renkin. Good to see you, Greg. And Tammy Heitzman.
That's a lot of
yeah,
people.
everybody pipes up at the end. Oh, yeah, we're doing the shout-outs. Yeah, okay, coming out of the woodwork. We have a lot of lurkers in there, too. There'll be people that, like, throw a comment on a video somewhere down the road and say, yeah, I don't participate in the chat, but I watch all your shows and get a comment on something, and it's cool. So we call them lurkers. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it is. We got a lot of great people out here. So all right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up and say goodbye to Michelle. Then we'll switch over the show to Inside the Upside Down, where we start talking about cemeteries and why we investigate cemeteries, what we love about them. So Michelle, again, thank you very much. Absolutely had a great time. Oh yeah, thanks for coming back.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
We'll have to have you back again soon.
Love you.
Take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.